Welcome back to E-Rodic, the brand. Hi, my name is Eden Lee Middleman. And today I'm going to do an episode that is just going to be like, hit it and quit it, okay? It's just going to be something that you guys are used to doing in today's dating world. We're just going to go through scenarios that, again, don't know how the fuck you guys are still hung up on this, how you haven't learned your goddamn lesson. But I'm going to be that actual friend. Maybe you don't have these friends, so I'm going to be one of them. I volunteer as goddamn tribute to tell it like it is, okay? The truth about these scenarios, direct and to the point. So here we go. I've written down a bit of a list here. Okay, so a lot of you guys speak to me about what happens when he or she starts off really hot. They're investing a lot of time in texting. They're making a lot of effort. Like the texts are fuego. We're having a lot of fun. And all of a sudden it goes cold. It's just the dead of winter suddenly within this fling-ting situation. And they just randomly go cold, guy or girl. Regardless, this is a universal rule. They're entertaining somebody else. I'm sorry to say they're entertaining somebody else. Most of us don't know how to multitask. Let's be real. And those that have a roster and are able to effectively multitask don't have a job, must not have a real job, or must be borderline psychopathic. But those are like, the odd ones out. Let's talk about the average Joe Schmo and the average Stacey Casey. They just simply lost interest. You weren't going quick enough for them, like you weren't sending them a titty. You weren't sending that money through Cash App. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't quick enough. So they're just, okay, on to the next. You'll notice if they find you new and shiny, they'll be hot and heavy. And here's the thing. If you guys don't already know this, what burns bright dies fast. Okay. So if it's hot and heavy right from the get-go, oftentimes it's not going to withstand the test of time. That's not to say the opposite yields better outcomes. Okay. I'm not saying it has to be dry as fuck for it to be amazing, but it has to be a steady incline. If anything is up and down, roller coaster like, this is not practical, not stable, and impossible to maintain. And in terms of longevity, it doesn't exist. Nobody can keep this up. Okay. The up and down, up and down, up and down. That burns people out. That ruins people mentally, emotionally, and even physically. Truthfully, this is just an unhealthy relationship if it does continue to be up and down. But if it goes cold, count your blessings. Be like, thank fucking God it went cold, because now I already know. And a lot of these scenarios are going to teach you guys to just take things as they are. You love to add meaning to things when it comes to dating and relationships. You love to dig deep. Okay. A lot of my ladies are mostly guilty of doing this. And it's not always more than what it is. And your job isn't to be a private investigator, ladies, and figure it out. Okay. You need a hobby. You need to be busy enough that it's not worth figuring it out, that you take shit at face value because that's what they're giving to you. If they wanted to clarify, they would make sure that what they're serving you doesn't confuse you and doesn't give you mixed signals. You understand? And that's when you know if they're a real one or not. That's when you know if someone likes you or not and is willing to pursue you. You understand? You see, all of this is going to fall under the same theme. All right, this is another one that I got asked several times on my lives. I do some TikTok lives. If you don't follow me on there, you should. Okay, so this is a question I've been getting. If you feel like you need to play the game, the toxic game, and it works for somebody, what does a toxic game do? It attracts toxic people. Attracts a lot of times. You're catching that little bug with what it likes, right? So if you feel like you need to be hot and cold, wishy-washy, and it ends up working to grab somebody's attention, I want you to know that you've just identified a toxic person, and they should be marked up with a goddamn warning sign, because you guys just simply can't get enough of it. Apparently, you can't read it. You can't see the goddamn warning sign. You can't see the red flag. You can't see the toxic symbol on that person, but you're out here trying to catch people playing toxic games. So who do you think is going to come to you? A healthy, happy, amazing person that's going to be the one for you? You guys are so funny. If you want to attract somebody that is good, you got to play in the way that would attract a good person. I'm not saying that no, dating, you should not play any games. There is a little bit of, that erring on the side of playfulness at the beginning that is alluring and attractive for sure. And I'm not going to say it isn't. But to be toxic, to pretend that you're busy when you're not, to be hot and cold, to show up on social media, like posting at a club and like it makes that other person jealous and like slide in more. Here's the thing. If that worked for any of my past people, or if any guy slid in because I was doing that shit, or if any guy suddenly decided to give me more attention because now I was playing some sort of game or like not answering or leaving him on red or whatever, and he starts to like get more heated and finally gives me the attention that I was hoping he'd give me from the first place, I already know, ew, you're not my man, right? Straight off the bat. This works with women too. If you're out here flexing, okay? Flexing, designer, this, that, money, and girls are flocking to you all of a sudden, what do you think they're flocking to you for? Because you're pretending like you've got the money, and then you get mad that you're attracting gold diggers and that all women are gold diggers. You guys are attracting these people. So you have these problems because you're attracting them, because you're going after them, because you're doing things intentionally to get that type of person. Change the archetype that you're going after. And listen, if that is just who you are, then you got to deal with the person that you are and the person that is attracted to the type of person that you are. That is the reality of it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That doesn't mean to go ahead and catfish people and act like a nice, good old man and then be like, psych, I'm actually not that once you got the girl, because that girl's going to run away just as fast as she came in. You know what I mean? So pick your battles. Understand that that's how the equation and the math behind dating works. And it's not fucking rocket science. It's quite simple. If he or she cannot commit, their life is too hectic. Excuses from excuses, okay? I don't know. You guys know this better than I do. You guys know. I mean, we all do. Here's the thing. We all play the same games. And then we're still like floored. We're still like, whoa. Oh my God. He's going through such a hard time right now. She's going through such a hard. Like, what do you tell people that you're not attracted to? Like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like not interested in dating. I'm sorry. I'm just not. No, it's not that you're not. If it was the right person, you'd hop on that. But it's just not with this person. Okay? It's just not them. And you're too pussy to say that. So now roles reversed, you're on the other end of this and you've reached excuse central, okay? And you're out here really hoping and clinging to these words because you hope it's true, rather than, oh, I just don't like you. Sorry, I'm just not into you. Or like, I would not commit for you. You know what I mean? That hurts your ego more. So you decide to take the bullshit route, which you secretly, deep down inside, I do believe that you kind of know that this is all bullshit, but you're hoping that it's not. Wishful thinking. Suddenly you're so optimistic. Suddenly you're like this like bubblegum princess living in a bubblegum princess world, you know? Like suddenly you and the whole crew are like sitting with your glasses of wine behind a computer screen being like, oh my God, he's probably going through such a hard time. Like, I'm just going to give him a minute. Like, let me just look at some pictures. Isn't he cute though? Like, he would never do that. Like, do you think he's the type? He's still not the type. Oh my God. Wow. If you put that much time into convincing yourself that maybe you deserve better, you might actually get somewhere in life. You know what I mean? Like, you might actually be that like brand new spanking girl that you wish you were. You know what I mean? Like, you might actually have progress. You're capable of convincing yourself. You're capable of working towards things. You're capable of being like motivated once you like have this thought or mind, or like you really want something badly enough in your head. But it's like always for the wrong reasons, always for the wrong idiot. You know what I mean? It's just, like, you can do it, babe, but just maybe switch gears here. Let's focus your attention somewhere else. Okay? Not on some wacko. So if they don't want to commit, they just don't want to commit to you. Okay? If they're just using you as a fuck buddy, they just see you as a fuck buddy. Just like, don't even take it that personally. You're not their type. Just like another guy that you said no to wasn't your type. Fair is fair here, guys. Fair is fair. I was dating a guy who, all the girls before me, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but all the girls before me, he was like, no, I don't, like, no, sorry, like, my career, I travel a lot, like, I can't really commit, I can't whatever. Why did he commit to me? Why did he commit to me? Because I was just his cup of tea. I just made sense for him in his life. Like, that's how it worked, you know? I was single and not interested in a relationship, but for the right person, I was suddenly interested in a relationship. It's that simple, okay? It doesn't have to be more complicated or intricate than what that actually is, because it's not. It is not. Okay, this is something I honestly can't relate to, and it's not because I'm better than you. Absolutely not, okay? I know where I stand. I was never impressed by DM slide-ins, by emojis, by people complimenting me that didn't do anything, that didn't make my panties wet. It really didn't do anything for me. I'm like, okay, and like anyone can do this. And I know that when I do stuff like that, I know that that's like me, like low effort, bare minimum, you know? Sometimes you just need to reflect on yourself. Now, not everybody's going to be like you, and that is going to be a sobering, humbling realization when you go out into the wild. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, well, I love people so much, or like I will do this for my friend, but my friend doesn't do it back for me, or like thinks it's a little bit excessive. You're going to start to realize that there's going to be certain people that just like fuck with things the way you do, or just don't. They have the same mentality or they don't, you know? And that's when you know if that's your person or that's not. And so in a relationship, or when you're dating, you're going to realize that like what you think is bare minimum might be like all this person knows how to do. Although, again, not an excuse. I want you to understand that that is a make it or break it. A DM slide in should not impress you. It's the easiest thing that a man or woman can do. If you think you're the only person they're sliding into, I'm going to break your heart a little bit. You're not. You are absolutely not. A DM slide in is the easiest thing. If you are dating on Instagram, I mean, I'm sorry. And maybe it's a generational thing at this point. It's very low effort. It's very bare minimum. Unless you're getting off any app, grabbing a number and making concrete plans and like pulling through in a timely manner. Okay. But if it's just DM slide-ins, emojis, messaging you randomly, I want you to understand that you are not important to them. They don't miss you. They're not thinking about you. You just happen to be somebody that they're shooting the shot with to see if it'll hit right away and if they can get into your bed, truthfully. This is a strategy that a lot of guys use, as well as some girls, if they're bored, lonely, upset, or mad at their ex or whatever the fuck it is, just got broken up, like revenge kind of thing. They will just go on a rampage. If you don't know, you know what I'm talking about because you've done this. They would go through their roster, go through Rampage, pull up all these past old contacts, people that they used to fuck, go scroll through Instagram, see who's posting on their stories like a thirsty hoe. Thirsty hoe is in guy or girl, okay? It doesn't really matter. Who's like looking for attention, and people will use you as, okay, that's the person I'm going to try and like slide into because they seem like they would. Here's the thing. How are you guys not offended? If a man, when I was single, used to slide in with heart eyes or like, damn, you're looking fine or whatever, I'd be like, I wouldn't respond. In what word? What do you want me to say? Oh my God, thank you so much. Do you want to come fuck me? Like, what are you guys thinking? I'm so sorry. It's rude to me that somebody thinks that I'm that type of girl. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'm like, you really think you could just come in here and say that one thing and I'm going to pull down my fucking pants? Like, I know what you're doing. Because I'm not an idiot, right? No thanks. Try again. So I will leave motherfuckers on red because what? What am I going to say to that? I don't want to say anything to that because I don't want to give this person the attention or the idea or the validation that, yeah, I am that type of girl. Let's chat. Let's plan when you're going to come over tonight. Like, what am I, a fucking cheap hoe? No. Thank you very much. Like, and no quality man is going to slide in and say, damn, you looking fine, drool face. No quality man does that. I'm sorry. I have dated a few men in my life that are of, and I want to say, great jobs, have a great reputation, whatever. I dated quality men. I really did. Because I wouldn't get into a relationship otherwise. Sorry. What would that say about me? You know? So these quality men never slid in. They were very respectful. They would never just be like, oh, you look so good. Oh, they wouldn't come up to me at a club, be like, damn, baby. Oh, they wouldn't be like grinding up on me. Like, these men would never, okay? That's all I'm going to say, okay? Unless that's your thing. Then you know what? This probably isn't the channel for you. So bottom line, all these little like bare minimum basic actions like text at 3 a.m. It's disrespectful to you, man or woman. Basically, all they're saying is that they think you're easy and they will never take you seriously. Okay? So here's your best bet. Don't respond, block, move the fuck on. Thank you. Like, you don't need that energy waster that like, you know, in the middle of the day. If you get off on that and if you get validation from that, which is why a lot of you people post in that way to get that attention, or like why you don't block these people or why you do respond is because you feel like you need that validation because you're very insecure and you have low self-esteem. There are other ways that you can go about helping boost your self-esteem and confidence that has nothing to do with external validation. Because as you guys know, if anything is reliant on external validation, you will never, ever be able to survive. You will never be happy. You will be miserable. You'll be miserable because to trust the external world to give you the things that actually are supposed to come from you to protect you and to make you feel good, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And if you don't know that now, you will, unfortunately, very soon and very quickly. Okay, another thing. And this I'm going to get some shade for because every time I talk about social media, every time I talk about the phone, somebody who's obviously cheating on their partner has to get in the comments and get really mad at me. But here's the thing. If you don't agree with me, it's because you're doing this. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And sure, there are, like, of course, the exceptions to the rule. But the vast majority of you are not the exceptions to the rule. Okay? The exception to the rule is like one in like a gazillion. And you're not the one in the gazillion. If you walk around thinking that way, then you're the problem. Okay? The one in the gazillion doesn't think like that. That's all I'm going to say. So now that I've humbled you a little bit, let's get back the truth about someone who will not post you when you guys are officially dating. It doesn't have to be on the day of the official announcement that you're dating. First of all, you guys are not married or getting engaged. Like, chill, okay? There needs to be a title on your relationship for it to put some boundaries and rules down, okay? Like, you can't be texting other people. If you guys didn't learn this from my other episodes, you're going to have to go and do your homework, okay, my dear? You're going to have to go back and do your homework. If they're not posting you, they're hiding you, period. Why would they be hiding me? Or like, why would I be hiding you? I don't even post. I like barely use social media. Okay, Chad. Yeah, you barely use it. You go on it every day. You wake up in the middle of the night and you scroll on your fucking toilet. You wake up in the morning with breakfast. You cannot put your phone up. Shut the fuck up, you liars. Like, here's the thing. Who's buying this anymore? We all do this. This isn't like, oh, I don't use social media. Why do you have it then? Delete your account then. Delete the app then, weirdo. Like, that's some amazing storage you could be using for other things on your phone. Like, if they delete their social media accounts once they start dating you, that's also a red flag, okay? Because something on that social media platform, there's somebody there that they're worried about, okay? That they're hiding them from you and you from them. Okay. Chances are they're cheating in some way, shape, or form. Yes, it is cheating if they're texting and whatever and hiding and hiding the fact that they're dating somebody and whatever. If they won't post you, it's because they're hiding you. It's that simple. My man doesn't use social media, doesn't have the Instagram app on his phone, nothing. His Instagram account is still public. But before he deleted it, and also when we were like ramping up how serious we were, he posted photos of me and us without me asking, okay? Because he wanted to. Because he knew it was right. Publicly, this is my girl. If we've got problems, you can contact her. If there's anything going on, this is my girl. If I'm going to be on social media and I'm going to share my life and I'm not going to share one of the most important things of my life, there's something going on. Now, the details of our relationship is no one's business, okay? Even my man who doesn't even have the app on his phone made sure that was something that he did out of respect to our relationship, okay? If we're going to have social media, we're going to make it clear that we're public on social media. I don't post is bullshit, okay? Is bullshit. You shouldn't have to ask your partner to do this. They should just be like, hey, I'm thinking of posting you, and just post you on like a birthday, on like an anniversary, on like whatever they just do, okay? That's it. Otherwise, you're a secret. I know you're not going to like this. I know you're going to maybe disagree. Oh, maybe want to keep it private. Okay, so then like don't post each other's faces. You don't have to for whatever reason. If one person's more private online than the other, or their jobs or whatever case may be, or they're of a high ranking in somewhere, whatever, understandable. You don't have to post their face. You can post a kind of like low-key photo of you with a woman or you with a man. You know what I mean? There's ways to go about doing this that can just be like, okay, I'm not hiding you. Let's clear the air. If there's ever any issues, people know who to contact. Like, truthfully, it's a sense of insurance. People are not going to like that I say that, but if you are on social media, you understand that this is the world that we live in and this is how it works nowadays. Do I agree with it? No. Do I endorse it and love that? No, but that is the truth. And here's the thing. Instead of us being like, well, that's not how it should be, and that's not right, and that's not cool, and that's not, like, instead of trying to fight this big monster that you're not going to change, you can't change the world like that, then just learn how to play within it. Learn how to work with it. Learn how to protect yourself and be smart about it, because it's not going away, obviously. And you both had social media before and during. So for those that have been through cheating scandals, virtual people online, shit, they found out, whatever, they know how important this step is in a relationship in today's day and age. It's sad that it is one of the parts of being in a relationship, but it is the reality of the world we live in. And if you are not going to get with it, then you're going to get fucked by it. Okay? Someone put that on a t-shirt. Okay. Phone etiquette. I did a whole episode on this not too long ago, so go ahead and watch that. Catch up on that. Listen to it on the podcast. Basically, here's how it works. If their phone etiquette is off, they're hiding something, period. If their phone is a touchy subject, they're hiding something, they're cheating on you, period. If like you going near their phone, they flinch. If their phone's facing down all the time, they're hiding something from you. If their phone's always on do not disturb around you, also red flag. I don't know. My man's phone is on like silent all the time, but his screen's always up and he's not on do not disturb. That's fucking weird. Like, you know, and yes, me and him are like live together whenever it's a different story, but even like dating wise, it should be, we should be comfortable enough that like, oh, my phone rings after we've been dating for a few months and like, oh, it's my mom, I'll call her later. Like, it's nice to be able to give your partner full attention, but also like, I'm not hiding nothing, you know? These are little ways that you can create longevity in your relationship too, and like always ease concern and anxieties, because so many people have been cheated on. So many people come with trust issues. And that's not to say that you should play into them, that you should accept those things, because it's not always healthy 100%. But what does it do for you? Does it hurt to just like be open and honest? Does it hurt to be like, oh, my brother just texted me, he's asking about whatever, give me 1 second. Like stating who you're texting, like having good phone etiquette. If they are sketchy with it, then there's probably a reason why someone's sketchy with it. If someone goes to the washroom with it, I don't know. It's kind of gross and kind of weird. Just saying. Keep an eye out, you know? Okay, so somebody that only invites you over to their house, like never outside dates, kind of always in the evening. They always want to just Netflix and chill and do nothing. They just want to fuck you and you're just a fuck buddy. It's not cute. I don't care if the mom's home. Like, snap the fuck out of it, okay? You're like trying to like grasp on little stupidities that really mean nothing. There's a lot of parents out there that know their kids are low-key hoes, okay? And it's not a big deal to meet the parents. If it is a big deal for you, understand it's not the same for every other household. It's not. That's something that will shock a lot of people. You live in your own world and you're not realizing that other people work differently. So just because, oh, I met the parents doesn't mean that like he's in love with you. He doesn't give a fuck about you. The parents met somebody else the next day. Not a big deal for them, okay? Apparently. That's why their kid is the way the kid is, okay? You're just a fuck buddy. And if you keep going there and if you keep answering those calls and if you keep doing those things, one day when you say, you know what, maybe we should like do something else, they're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's why from the very get-go, if you are not going to like, you know, have some boundaries and be like, you know what, like I'd rather us do something not in the house until like I'm more comfortable, you know. And honestly, if a guy just like tries with that right away, I'm always like, yeah, you know what? No, I already know what kind of man you are. You're like a man with gray bed sheets that hasn't been washed in like 5 years, and your mom still does your laundry, and you just want me to like come over so you can fuck me. We can cuddle. I'm tired. I want to Netflix and chill. You think I'm stupid? Bye. And if you're tired, like nap, and then we can like go on a real date, which doesn't have to be extravagant either. Okay, like come on, so stupid. Don't be a fuck buddy. If you don't want to, obviously. And last but not least, to put the bow on this whole episode, just to summarize everything really with one circumstance, one situation. The underlying theme is, I don't know if they like me. If you don't know, it's because they don't. A person who really likes you is not going to try and have you like confused by it. They're not going to play hot and cold. They're not going to give you low effort. They're not going to just like go ghost randomly. They're not just going to be a disgusting pig and ask you to come over all the time. Like, that's the thing, okay? That's what it is. If you are confused about feelings, about if they're going to commit to you, you're not sure, you're on eggshells, this feeling that you feel is not something to ignore. It is your body saying this is uncertain, and something that is uncertain is not a fuck yes, meaning take it as a no. Because all you're doing is grasping at little thoughts that you're creating in your head, little like excuses that you're clinging on to. And that's all they are, is excuses and bullshit till you get your heart broken. So here's the thing. Rip the Band-Aid off now. Do better. Don't fall for these things. Be smarter, okay? And that way you're not going to put yourself in positions where you have to learn your lesson over and over again, okay? Like, it's time we switch gears. It's time we level up. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you're on YouTube or listening to the podcast, I appreciate you guys being here and sending me DMs of requests that you're interested in, scenarios, things like that, and sticking around. And don't forget, I have a Cameo where you can send me private requests, private scenarios. I send you a personal video back of me yelling, of me being nice. I mean, you tell me how you want it, and I'll try and do my very best. But you guys know I tell it like it is. So I also offer some coaching services as well if you are interested in some private coaching sessions with me, where I can really tailor all of the advice that I give on the podcast and the YouTube to you in a very different way that makes sense for your situation. That can be found on my website, links down below. I look forward to seeing you guys back here very soon. Take care. Bye.